Could a targeted stimulus happen before December 11th? And what happens if Congress can't come to the table on a stimulus before then? Well, Joe Biden could actually do a whole bunch of things on his own through executive actions. We'll talk about all of those things and more on the show today. Welcome to the show. If you're new here, this is Morning Invest. I'm Clayton Morris. We cover the progressive news stories that you're not going to see covered in the mainstream media. And today we're going to be talking about the stimulus. So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Thank you so much. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, by the way. So here is your stimulus update on this Black Friday. Don't spend too much money today, by the way. All right, let's dive into it. So what could we do before the Christmas break? That's the big question. And can Congress actually come to the table and pass some sort of stimulus before the Christmas recess? By the way, they're on their Thanksgiving recess right now. It's like they've had so many recesses. How many more recesses can they possibly have? Well, the question is focused on December 11th, because on December 11th, that's when the continuing resolution to keep the government open expires. That is priority number one for Congress heading into this Christmas break, keeping the government up and running before the end of the year. Now, there are some questions as to whether or not we could put stimulus pieces inside of this continuing resolution. And that's where some of the movement right now appears to be from members of Congress. So I want to play for you right now. This is the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee. This is Richard Neal. So he has a lot of power in the House Ways and Means Committee. He is saying that we might be able to put stimulus checks, unemployment benefits, and other things inside of this continuing resolution before December 11th. Take a listen to the House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Neal.
So what are the chances that those programs get expired when we've seen negotiators try to come to a deal for months now with no success?
Well, I hope that this impasse can be overcome, and perhaps that December 11th target date, we have to put into position and place some extension of budgetary considerations, that there might be an opportunity there to attach a targeted relief package in terms of unemployment insurance. We can't let unemployment insurance expire. This has been, by the way, just a learning experience for me, and I thought I knew a lot about unemployment insurance. And the bit of the patchwork system across the country I was reminded about because of the geographic diversity of the Ways and Means Committee, when members informed me that in the state of Florida, for example, an individual who was unemployed could qualify for, I believe the ceiling was in the basic benefit, $247 a week. I mean, that's less than $15,000 a year. And with the supplement that we attach to it, that would allow the individual to at least get on with some of the normal expenditures and savings of their lives. But now, when you look at a state like Massachusetts, that's a far more generous initiative. I spoke with Governor Baker on Friday about these provisions, and we both concluded that we have to embrace an expansion and an extension of unemployment insurance. On that issue, incidentally, I don't think Speaker Pelosi and Secretary Mnuchin were far apart. I think the Speaker wanted the supplement to continue along the lines of the $600. I think Secretary Mnuchin was at $400 or $500. So I think philosophically there wasn't really the great impasse that has been reported.
So we could actually see some sort of targeted stimulus, maybe in the unemployment benefits area, $450, maybe $600 per week extension included in the keeping the government open bill, and adding in stimulus checks in this bill. This would be the smaller targeted package that Mitch McConnell has been wanting for a number of months, because, you know, all of his rich buddies got plenty of money. So for you, the American people who need unemployment benefits, who are about to lose their homes, can't pay their medical bills, are having trouble buying insulin and having to ration insulin because they can't pay for it, can we please get something for you? These corrupt politicians need to all be thrown out, by the way. So there's Richard Neal saying maybe we can get some sort of targeted pieces together when they come back next week. So all eyes on that. I'll be focusing on that and bringing you those stories. But what can Joe Biden do, president-elect, if Congress doesn't come to the table? Well, it turns out there's quite a bit. I want to go through some of those pieces in a moment. But first, I have to say I was blown away by this interview that Becky Quick did on CNBC with Senator Barrasso. The audacity of this guy, pretending that he's literally making shit up. Okay. He's trying to throw Democrats under the bus. Look, you know, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am an independent, and I'm a progressive independent. But when you have a senator up there just blustering, I loved how she comes right at him, and she basically calls his BS out. So I want you to listen to him talking about this stimulus and why we can't pass some larger stimulus package. Oh, we're just too good for that. All of our rich buddies got some. Listen to this blowhole, and listen to Becky Quick take him down.
Let's talk about the stimulus plan. Some pressure to try and get things done. There are a lot of Americans who are really suffering, and it feels like Congress has not done much of anything. I realize both sides have kind of dug in their heels and said, this is where we stand. What are the odds of us getting any sort of help to those people?
I love that. Yeah, you guys have really not done crap. But where are we at on this?
People in the next month.
Well, I'd like to see it done specifically with paycheck protection, especially as we're seeing this increased number of cases.
Okay, so just, paycheck protection program, right? That's for businesses. So that's what I specifically want. Like individuals who are suffering, screw them.
Cases and some businesses having to shut down as a result. The Republicans brought a targeted bill to do that to the floor of the Senate. 52 Republicans voted for it. Every Democrat voted no. It was $500 billion. It's a lot of money. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer still living there on Fantasy Island have their $3 trillion proposal. A lot of it doesn't have to do with coronavirus. I was actually optimistic when Joe Biden on Monday said maybe we could do something that's smaller, more targeted. But Pelosi and Schumer, they said nope, all or nothing, which I think is a terrible mistake because when you take a look at the $30,000 Dow right now, where we are with the economy, I think we still need targeted relief, but we can't go to a $3 trillion add to the debt, not at this point.
Yeah, Senator, I'd agree with you that any side that says it's my way or the highway is in the wrong. I don't think that it's going to be a $3 trillion bill, but I also think when President-elect Biden says he thinks it should be a smaller, more targeted bill, I don't think he's talking about the $500 billion bill that the Senate voted on down party lines.
Ouch. There you go. It's not $3 trillion. He's throwing out that number just to make it sound inflated. It's not. Nancy Pelosi dropped from 3.5 trillion all the way down to about 2.2 trillion. So I don't know why he's throwing out three. It sounds better on television, right? So then you get these Republican fat cats to be able to sit back and say, yeah, we can't afford $3 trillion for the American people. We got to focus on businesses. I love that that's the first thing he said, by the way, was paycheck protection for these businesses, PPP, so that more of your fat cats on Wall Street could get some money. I was encouraged that Joe Biden was talking about a more targeted bill. Yeah, he was not talking about the $500 billion crap package that Mitch McConnell has put together, which does not include any stimulus checks for the American people, does not help with rental assistance, does not help on the eviction moratorium, unemployment benefits. No, it doesn't help with state and local. It helps a little bit with schools, but it mostly focuses on paycheck protection program and liability protection for businesses so that they can screw over the American worker once again. Mitch McConnell. There you go, Senator Barrasso. And good job for CNBC for calling BS on that. Normally they don't do that. So good on them for that. So here's what Joe Biden could do if Congress doesn't get its crap together anytime soon. Turns out there's a lot of power that the president has when it comes to executive actions on executive actions as it relates to stimulus money. And a couple of key areas. So I want to go through a few of those things that he could do right now as soon as he becomes president on January 20th. So larger unemployment benefits for out-of-work Americans. He could immediately push forward an extension of those paycheck of the economic stimulus bonuses for unemployment benefits. Those expired at the end of July. He could extend those, reworking some of the monies that are available in the government. Look, if Jared Kushner can lift up couch cushions and find money, literally, this is what is quoted in Bob Woodward's book, Rage. They looked up under every couch cushion they could find to find billions of dollars to build a border wall. Priority, of course. Then we can look under couch cushions, cut programs in the defense budget, use FEMA money, direct other emergency funds towards unemployment benefits. That's on day one. This is what Joe Biden could do. He could also set a new minimum wage for federal workers immediately, up to $15 an hour. Right now it's at $7.25 an hour. That's like 1980s level. That's another thing he could do immediately. He could do that through an executive order, and that would help 5 million workers immediately. He could also defer student loan payments without interest. Now, that expires on my birthday on December 31st. So those student loan benefit or those student loan payments are going to have to come due. So all these students are going to have to start paying them, even though they don't have a job and they're living at home with mom right now and dad. So he could immediately postpone those payments until further into 2021. I'm hoping, though, he can do something even bigger, which is to eliminate student loan debt altogether. With the stroke of a pen, $50,000 in student loan debt wiped away, or all of it wiped away. You know I've been calling for that here on the show for a long time. He could renew the eviction moratorium on day one. These are all things that he could do without Mitch McConnell, Turtle Boy. Oh, what do you call me Turtle Boy for? If Congress doesn't put a hold on evictions that run out on December 31st, we are in for a catastrophe. And I don't put that lightly. Think about the millions of people that are about to lose their homes. This is not a joke. Where will they go? They will be homeless. We need to extend the eviction moratorium. And by the way, we need to be able to provide rental assistance. So it's one thing to stop the moratorium, but it's quite another thing because they're going to have to pay rent eventually. That's where Congress needs to step in and provide rental assistance for people. That is involved in the HEROES Act. Upwards of $100 billion included in the HEROES Act for rental assistance. Mitch McConnell, all of his rich buddies got money. We can't do a target. We have to do a targeted bill. Well, I think a targeted bill is better. Hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving and Christmas time down there in Kentucky, Mitch. While millions of Americans suffer, you should be ashamed of yourself. So that's your stimulus update on this Friday. I hope you're doing well. Please smash that like button, subscribe to our channel. We do our show every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So thank you so much for being a part of our great community here. And we will see you next time, everyone. Be safe.